Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, I know, usually on a Friday we play a new game, or maybe a continuation like London 2012. But today, we've got something I think a few of you have probably been waiting for me to do, and that's the GeoGuessr World Cup Final. So, I've kept up with this. I know what happened in the rounds. I was watching them. Even when I was away in Croatia, I did keep up with what was going on, so I know who's in the final. I know who won which rounds. I saw how they did it, how well they did it. I saw the knockout of Zigzag, which is one of the worst. I say the knockout of Zigzag, it was only one of the games, but it was the one game that would have kept him in, where he guessed Senegal, and it was Kenya. However, I know who's in the final. So we have now Blinky, probably the best player in the world right now, versus MK. This has greatness written all over it. Now I'm going to try and guess along myself if I can. I don't think I'm going to have time. Let's be honest. Even if I'm just quickly pausing the video, they've probably already guessed. But I'm going to try. This is about an hour long, so this is a longer one from me. But let's get into the 2024 GeoGuessr World Cup Final and see just how well GeoGuessr can truly be played.
Unstoppable force and immovable object.
Yep.
Every round could be 10 seconds or less.
So it is France versus America with this. Our best hope in the UK was taken out pretty early, and obviously Australia was taken out. But it comes down to France versus America. I did not, when I was watching the very first group looking at this and going through all of the matches bit by bit, it was always the case that Blinky was going to get through. I think from pretty much day one. MK I did not think was enough of a leap ahead of everyone else to necessarily get to this point. But he showed himself to actually really be a force to reckon with as the tournament has gone on. But yeah, the immovable force, immovable object kind of thing, the unstoppable force versus the immovable object, as they've just said there, that has become the truth. But part of me just thinks Blinky's just a little bit too good to beat right now for anyone. And I think any other year against some of the other players, by what MK's kind of become during the tournament, yes. But Blinky, from what I've seen during the tournament, it just, when he was basically unstoppable, he was still saying he was unhappy with his performance, which, Jesus.
And now we'll see, even though MK has denied the reverse sweeps, he actually has been very good on the moving rounds. So maybe this gets decided in the first two. Maybe there's a chance that MK can hand Blinky his first loss. Only one way to find out.
And I think that's the point. His first loss. It's
why don't we get started?
If MK pulls this out of the bag, then Jesus.
This is Blinky's territory. Will it be against MK? Game one of the final starts now.
Okay, what have we got here?
Let's get excited.
I'm going to try and guess this beforehand. This is the problem that I can't move around it. I'm looking at it. Oh my God. It feels like Asia somewhere, but I that's like the biggest continent. I couldn't tell you where though.
Baby, let's go.
What have we got?
This is it.
And for Blinky, it's pure expectations.
And we're starting off in Thailand. Blinky does.
Well, there you go. It was Asia then. I would have given you a whole continent.
Insta zoom India. If it needs to,
oh my God!
MK, that was so
I think
fast.
it's actually outside. I think Blinky's gonna be closer here.
Up north, MK is going up by the
when we get in.
No. Blinky can scan.
And with the amount of time left on the clock, Blinky is slowing it
Oh
down when
my
he's staying
God.
south.
I like the Western guess there. It is just controversial.
See, that's crazy. That's, I think if for any of the rest of us that play casually, or at least to a half decent standard, I say that I'm only silver 1. That's it. I'm silver 1. I will get to gold, but that's currently the standard. The idea of slowing it down when you have seconds left just to have a little scan. Like most of us, I think, would be like, no, quick. But that composure, I think, is a really big thing here.
And the question of the day is MK going to get punished for his play style? But what we have just learned is he's not going to give up on it. He is who he is.
Round 2.
It's the problem. He's quick off the draw, which can be great if you've got it. But
France. This round is in Mexico. Context, if you guys don't know MK, he spent the first 2 years playing GeoGuessr only on his phone.
Only on his phone? He's a phone
Jesus.
He got to 1,500 on comp, only on his phone. Got a computer last year. Now he's in the
1,500
finals.
on his phone. I didn't even know you could play it just on your phone. This is going to be Mexico City, right?
He's looking quick. He zooms in fast, drives up.
Blinky has a sign. Blinky has a sign. It's no good news for the opponent.
Yeah, an intersection. Oh, man, he could deliver a 5K right now. Make a
Never good if you got a sign.
Will we get that
He can be
sort of
so
action?
precise
Blinky
with
driving
that.
up the road carefully, using his time effectively.
Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
See, that's hellish. When you're in the finals and you're managing to get, 4,998, as good as a 5,000 on a quick round against the other best opponent in the tournament, that is hellish. Getting that on a random thing, I could have, I knew that was Mexico. I guessed Mexico City. Clearly not right, but what the hell? What can you do when somebody is just that zoned in? He had the time to go up the goddamn road. He had the time to go up the road.
Round 3.
Wow. Is that Clint Eastwood?
I have to go ask him after we find this location. Round 3, 2x damage starts now. Obviously, this will be the USA. Do you go West Virginia? It looks pretty Appalachian.
Yeah.
It's mid. Well, I don't know. I was going to say Midwest, but maybe not.
Some auto shops, some mines.
This part of America always looks a little bit samey to me. It's not as easy for me to figure out.
Is Trevor on the spice right now?
I'd have known American. That's been about it. He's locked in. He's locked in quicker as well.
The second to lock in. That's not something you see very often.
No. MK is a very fast player.
Blinky's in the town, by the way. Blinky's in the town. It's in Williamson Fire Department. Did it not?
Man, that's population 2 in that town.
Holy shit! Two rounds in a row. 2 rounds in a row, Blinky has managed to get so close that there's pretty much nothing you can do unless you're on top of him with your guessing. This is something that's so difficult to play against because even if you're playing well, and for me, I'm happy a lot of the time, depending on the map, if I'm in the right country, if in the right city maybe. But Blinky is getting meters away. He's 1.2 kilometers away. It's just insane when you can get that close, and you're the quickest of the mark there. As I was saying, MK is a very fast player, especially in the moving rounds. So to be able to play as Blinky here, get it dead on immediately against the American player. Let's not forget here, Blinky is not the American, MK is. And to get it faster and to get it so accurately is just hellish to play against.
He can smell that flag.
Blinky against moving is... You can't beat it.
You can't touch this guy.
Round 4.
Oh my goodness.
Great hills.
Wow.
Looks like distinct hills though. Do any of these players know it? Looks like we're gonna be back in Mexico presumably.
What is this, Mexico? But it's got to be up by Monterrey, right? This is where it gets.
This would give it away for anyone that's had that time in Mexico. It feels like you definitely know this from the hills and everything there.
Blinky has 15 seconds now on the clock.
Yeah, right now it's basically.
His time again. MK has locked in there because being the faster player.
Basically to the same area, just southeast so far in Mexico. And is he sitting on the thing again?
Jesus. What do you do at this point? What do you do? What do you do?
How can he do this every time, man? MK was playing just as fast versus everybody else. But even on his fast guesses, he was closer when everybody else had more time.
Round 5.
This is a next
it's
level.
It's giving MK the US seeds, but Blinky does not care.
Oh, this is True Detective Season 1, isn't it?
Round 5. But once we get into these multis now, this is where things get interesting.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest thing that can be such an equalizer, and it's been found throughout this tournament that is the big thing, is that although Blinky, he's got the holders points, he's on 6,000, and it looks so much like MK's down here, all it takes is one slip up, which, let's grant, we have not seen from Blinky. Blinky doesn't slip up. It seems to be impossible. But on the off chance, stress, whatever, something gets to him. It's a part of the map he's not seen. It's a new entry. Whatever it is, something can be enough for MK to just dig in there. And that's all MK's got to be hoping for right now.
MK playing from behind. He's limping. He's not bleeding out just yet.
He's going Illinois
early. Round 3. Up by Chicago, MK finds
I think it's not Illinois here, though.
Yeah, but look, he puts his hand on his cheek. I don't know if he's happy with that. Will
Virginia.
Blinky join him? Oh, Virginia. Is it going to be Virginia?
I would have gone a similar area to the last one if it was with me.
Oh, he feels like
And again, Blinky is in there.
Is that the first
That's
round?
it.
It is.
That's it. He's done. There was no misstep at all there. There was nothing. There was no moment of weakness whatsoever from Blinky there. And that was the round that was meant to be MK's. If any of the rounds were meant to be MK's, that was the one. Moving was where MK is going to do some damage. Now we're on to the no moves and everything else. This is going to be Blinky's to walk around with, at least in this first round.
Fast MK, and that round even faster.
He is guaranteed 2 moving games.
2 moving games now locked in. That's exactly the start that he was looking for. In the last interview, MK said that he was cooked when he played against Orlando.
Yep.
But he was just joking around, right? But in this interview, he said, I'm really cooked.
Now Orlando was a great player as well. Absolutely, we saw that. We saw that quite a bit in some of the matches that maybe some of us would have hoped would have gone the other way in some of Orlando's matches. But Orlando, actually, I would have said overall was a slightly stronger player in general. But you know, the game's the game. It's tournament style.
Blinky is the guy who was in grand finals last year, and this year has not lost a single game coming into this matchup.
I mean, what do you do against that?
Game 2, round 2. This is no move.
That kind of thing really reminds me of like old school snooker. Old school snooker, if anyone plays, I used to be a county, so like state level snooker player. And the thing that you'll find a lot with those matches is at a certain point in time, it was basically you can have the greatest run of your entire life. Jimmy White is the greatest player to never win the world's championships because every time he played, he just came up against an unstoppable Stephen Hendry. I mean, not every time. He did kind of get it sometimes, but when he was playing his best, he would just come up against an unstoppable player. And at that point, it doesn't matter if you're the second best in the world and can beat everyone. If you can't beat that one player, that's what's holding you back.
Move, spin to win. For those tuning in,
I'm going to try and not stop as much because I realise this is a longer video, but I just want to get some of those points across.
Panorama is all we get. Starts now.
Now we talk about this as a special for MK. You know his eyes are going to go banana peeled right now as he stares into the map. Let's see how quickly he decides to click on something. Do we have some New Zealand
I haven't seen MK be in this special for MK. Personally, that's my take on the tournament so far.
We do have this like.
I have been travelling, so these have not been. I've been keeping up. I have not been fully in with the matches, but I have been keeping up. I was definitely trying to keep up with the second group. Obviously, the one British player and Zigzag, so that got a little of my attention.
When it gets close between the two of them, Blinky is even closer. A couple of inches could make a bit of a difference.
The amount of time they take is this really messes with me.
MK's right there with him though.
Because I find an area and it's these details that get so difficult, I think.
What?
Who's right? Oh. If it's Christchurch, Blinky picks up a decent amount of points. He's moved back.
That actually makes.
Oh my God!
Of course he found the road.
What do you do? 1 point. 1 point from perfect. And then this is the thing, Blinky's just giving you the roads. This guy would be able to find your address just from knowing your name. It's a hellhole. It's so difficult to be able to do this. And I think this is where you start to see the big differences between players like, for instance, Rainbolt, who is an exceptional player, but not on the same standard as the people in this tournament. And if you put him up against Blinky, everyone thinks Rainbolt the best in the world. Just wouldn't happen. Blinky would run through most of the YouTube players in seconds without even having a blink. The only one that would even possibly challenge him would be the person who was in the tournament who still got knocked out in the group stages. And it's just hellish to do this. If I just tried on this, I feel like I'd be so far apart he'd beat me in the very first round with just one guess.
Thankfully, MK switched back last second there.
Oh my God.
But
and it's for style points, it's for confidence, it's for intimidation. That's what Blinky participates in.
I mean, Blinky is just intimidating in general in this game. I mean, what do you do? And they've only got a minute. That's not a massive amount of time to be able to find these things. It'd be interesting to know how well travelled both these people are as well. Obviously, I mean, they travel somewhat. They're in Sweden. Neither of them are from Sweden, France and America.
Save him.
Guys, Scream if you love Bulgaria.
There's a Bulgarian flag,
That's-
I guess,
Yeah.
right there for Saul. And wait, we see in Italy's...
Wait a second.
Wait, is it?
Is that the right call?
He's found the city!
Oh my God.
5K!
Oh, 4,500
What the hell do you do to this? A 5K shot. He was so perfect. He found that tiny little place. If I was looking at that, I'm not going to lie, I'd have gone the same as MK. I'd have probably gone with Italy. I'd have probably gone Southern Italy. Nothing tells me that that's... I mean, Jesus.
Looking to send MK home already. That is so ridiculous.
That was...
I don't even know, bro.
What
That
the
was
hell?
as fast as an MK guess, but now we're talking
That just makes you feel like, as a casual player of GeoGuessr, what the hell do you do against this? When you know there's players out there like this.
You might see the players take their time here.
Okay, of course, this one is...
No, don't get me wrong. I should say, I still have, because I put this up in a community post a while ago. I still want to enter a tournament. I still want to get to a standard where I can enter a tournament. But then, don't get me wrong, they're going to be local, they're going to be quick, easy tournaments. But even to know that there are people like Blinky around, the idea of now being in a tournament makes me feel like a toddler. Because what do you do if the next Blinky is there? Like, what the hell do you do? I want to get into a tournament. I want to be able to at least one tournament just to have the standard. And I'm not there yet. And I may not be there forever. I may not be there maybe 6 months, maybe a year. Maybe I'll get there tomorrow and everything just clicks. I don't find it likely. But I would really love to get into maybe a landscape-only tournament or something like that if they exist. It'd be interesting to see what's possible out there. But Jesus Christ, when Blinky's even in the name of something, you're going to be worrying.
Spinning to win. Let's see if they can find any clues. And oh no, it's gonna come in fast.
I think he's right.
Blinky might
Oh my God!
Right. I think this is Singapore.
Is that Singapore?
I wouldn't have even known that. I don't. When I think of Singapore, I think far more of city style. Because it's a state. I don't think of greenery.
Make it stop.
Poland, MK.
Oh my God! He could have, so Blinky could have put pretty much anywhere. But even when your opponent has no goddamn idea, he still gets 4,978. What the hell do you do against this? That was a huge mistake. A huge mistake from MK there.
This is one of the most dominant performances I've ever seen.
It's
in
insane.
The entire game.
No,
It's insane. What do you do?
minutes said I'm going to fix the problems of last year. That's not getting better.
Is this just going to be done immediately?
In front of this crowd, that's even more impressive than we saw at Space last year here in the Stockholm City Hall. So many more people watching.
This is a best of 5.
And yet Blinky remains.
He's 2-0 up. What do you do?
Nah, I mean,
I've never seen someone be this consistent.
we have there. I mean, this
He's
is
just,
the length of
he's
2 Counter-Strike
unstoppable.
rounds, and yet
This is
one
the kind of
more in
person that if
entire
you didn't
match
see it
is
in person, you just couldn't believe.
This is a best of 5. MK wants to try to get to NMPZ if possible, and instead, we're back on move.
And not where you want to be against Blinky.
No, not at all. And the fact is, like,
Blinky's just so
told us,
specific
like,
on certain
he
things.
just spoke to
I
us,
think
but
I've seen
I guess it's
MK
like
actually
we
do
won
well
those
on
last
moving ones.
2
He's not bad
rounds.
on
He literally
MBZ,
gets faster than
but
MK
so's Blinky.
consistently now.
Blinky has not shown that he's got a
3.
weakness in particular,
All right.
and I actually think MK has pushed forward a little bit on the
right.
moving sometimes.
Folks, if there's
But again,
any fan in the
some of this
crowd who
tournament
needs
I
your
did
support
watch
right now,
a
he's
little
done
bit
some very
as
funny
I was
interviews.
traveling, so
He deserves some praise, and he needs some support.
I mean,
Don't
fucking
feel
give it
bad
up for MK to even
helping
be
him
able
out
to
a bit, because
try
it feels
anymore
like
at this
even with
point,
that,
because I think a
Blinky
lot of
will
us would
still
crumble
take
here.
this.
That Singapore guess is insane, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right.
Still impossible to figure out.
Blinky.
Wow.
Shall we?
All right, every round could be the last.
Game 3. Round 1.
It's a game where 6,000 HP feels like 60.
Blinky has 10 more rounds to his name, and then he's a GeoGuessr World Cup champion.
Yep. It was
Can he do it?
in the match versus Kratzu. He had, Kratzu going into the wrong country. MK putting pressure on him.
Oh,
Now
immediately
Blinky's doing
Blinky
that to
finds
MK. He's
something
getting the
there.
country wrong. Now we've got some very valuable signage going on. Bottom corner of Slovenia.
Okay, MK
It
looking
looks
it
like
in
here for
straight
MK,
off.
he comes in quick,
But
just because
Blinky
it's
is
quick
still
doesn't mean
using that
that
last bit of
it
time.
is
He wants to be
precise.
specific.
Blinky, what is he thinking about?
He's in Croatia here across the border of MK going Slovenia, but it could be wrong.
I mean,
challenge.
Croatia is a...
Slovenia.
Oh, it's
It's
Slovenia.
Slovenia.
Okay, MK.
That is the first time we have seen MK actually be able to do any kind of damage against Blinky. I mean, looking at that area, it could easily be either. Croatia, I think, Croatia has like 10% of its natural of its country is nature parks because of its beauty. So when you start to see hills and greenery and things like that, you're always going to be in that kind of area. Montenegro, Croatia, Albania, Slovenia all have that kind of scenery to it. But MK clearly coming in a little bit clutch there, trying to get something back from Blinky.
The lead that he wanted. So bit of confidence in his direction.
It's like the most points we've seen Blinky lose.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
But MK,
yeah,
we saw him go up 2-0 and take it to game 5.
Yeah, Blinky has dragon armor.
Round 2.
Okay, got some.
Okay.
Cyrillic on the board.
Yeah, that's the first giveaway is some Cyrillic, which gives away some countries. Sometimes some countries that I even forget about on there as well.
Blinky can also read Cyrillic.
Okay.
MK, I'm not too sure.
Well, that's helpful as well. When it's just like, yeah, he can
MK,
also read the Cyrillic.
like
He
One
understands
Punch
it.
Man.
Like,
the way that he
Jesus.
comes in, attitude, you can't even see it on his face, but he comes through just so fast and furiously that.
So obviously we've got
does
places like
grab your
Russia,
attention with the
Bulgaria,
quality and speed of
Ukraine,
his guesses. But now he's
and
starting to slow down. He's starting to match the pace of
North
Blinky,
Macedonia
respect the
that
fact
do
his
use
opponent is
Cyrillic.
so strong, but
I
still,
don't know. I wouldn't be able
as
to
mentioned just
distinguish
now,
here. He's
when
obviously going for
said
Ukraine.
It was Ukraine. MK has now found himself in there. Blinky is still quite a ways away. You know, you can't really drive that quickly to this location from where MK is. You
Blinky.
might want to.
And Blinky is still there.
Getting southern.
What do you do? What do you do when you're able to take your time? When you're so confident on what you're doing that you're still able to take your time? It's a hell of a thing to be able to try and do.
Round 3.
Yeah. As our Blinky says to himself, I am not impressed by your performance.
MK can't pull this back. If anyone's capable, he's made it this far.
I mean, the fact MK is still going, the fact he took that first is something. But
Peru.
I think we deserve a Bolivia round. Come on. Whoa.
the palm trees would put me off a little bit there. MK locking in early, trying to do something to Blinky because you've got to try and do something. Holy hell! What have you got to do? 4995. MK is trying to intimidate with that fast movement, but it's just not working because how do you intimidate Blinky? How do you intimidate someone that's taking their time when they've got 5 seconds left?
How many players are like Blinky out there? Maybe none.
And this
I think Blinky is hopefully an anomaly because if there's other players like him that I might end up against if I ever make it into a tournament, I will give up in round 1.
He's turning the dial.
Oh wait, no, he doesn't like his guess.
What?
Oh, he's not a fan.
He's just like right up the road or something. That's not a good guess for him.
But we got some weird body language out of Blinky.
Okay, is this a slight mistake then from Blinky?
On the same sort of track mind here as he locks in his gas and
he's not happy. He's not happy.
Blinky's playing.
He got a 4974 and he's not happy. I can only assume that was some kind of mind games against MK because what the hell? He wasn't happy there because it wasn't 5K. Jesus.
With our hearts.
All right. Wanders.
He's unhappy with the move and he's so goddamn close he can't see the marker. I mean, come on.
And MK is already down to 2,500 health.
Blinky just needs 2,000.
This just shows the difference in levels. And I've talked to friends about this before, of just how different the levels become when you're in GeoGuessr, just how far apart even the top players can be in GeoGuessr, in chess, in any of those kind of games, that it just becomes an unstoppable force.
Let's lock in here. This is moving. And MK's probably going to instant send against him. He knows.
He's locking in quick. He's trying to do something there.
Now he's given him 15 seconds to read.
Oh!
And he read.
And Blinky gets to read something and he gets in there immediately.
This is dangerous. Obviously, MK knows that this is a really, really powerful region for Blinky. Any round could be the last.
2 seconds and he's there.
And Blinky, of course, is still a little bit closer. 1,800 damage.
That's just the default to say. Of course, Blinky is a little bit closer because when is he not?
Points of HP.
This is it.
No, I thought this was going to be an hour. I said right at the beginning of this video that this was going to be an hour-long video. But clearly, it's not going to be like this because right now, it doesn't look like we're going to get even one round going to MK. It's all in the hands of Blinky. One game is all MK needs to try and save himself. But what do you do right now?
Oh my gosh. Mombasa, why is it so quick? Why is
Okay, MK's trying to just do something, anything to keep himself going here.
Our professional stalkers, the way they.
But Blinky wants to go for the style points. He's going for the style points. Oh, wait, could be more north.
They're literally nuts.
Oh,
right
come
now,
on.
Mombasa.
More north. He wanted to go there.
Blinky, you
No. He's quite close.
What's that?
Oh, barely.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's just right.
Barely.
Oh, okay, I thought he was sitting on the marker. Man.
I thought he was sitting on the marker for a second as well.
An extra outline,
Dear God.
607
points. That was it. It was 2 kilometers difference there.
What are we talking about now?
Round 7, guys.
Can we get a break?
No. Round
This
7
is just.
content.
This
Round
is.
7 is content?
This is an intense game.
Are we talking about Idaho?
No, we're not talking about Idaho Launders. We're talking about New Mongolia.
New Mongolia.
How quickly are they going to be jumping in here?
Dropped. It could be the final.
Oh, Blinky looks like he wants to go off.
Yeah,
At least he's put himself in the right area there.
I think Blinky goes up and a little bit more west. There could be damage in store.
Looking in, what's going to happen here?
He's tying his shoes. He's lining up the road.
Jesus
He
Christ.
knows exactly where this is, but can he find it? He has a feeling that he's been here before.
Both on the road.
Deja vu. For
Trying to get the dead road is
Looking to
nightmarish.
lock this in.
Oh! No, he was right. He should have gone further along. This is actually some damage against Blinky. Blinky had that round. He potentially had the win straight off there. He went back on himself. He did go further up the road. He thought it was there originally. Didn't get it there, though.
He switched off it.
Wow.
MK's still alive. He's been here before. Can he bring it back?
MK got lucky, and
round 8.
honestly, it was luck there because Blinky had that road.
Man,
Can MK try and do something here? Can he scratch this back and actually save the match?
Some time with that guess that was a bit closer when Blinky thought he was right on it. The new coverage helped him out a bit. As well prepared a man as Blinky is, MK still remains confident.
Exactly. He
Okay, there seems to be less confidence in where they are here. Urban Europe seems to be an issue for a lot of GeoGuessr players. It's actually somewhere I don't seem to have an issue with.
Blinky succeeds the most.
You can see in real time that MK is starting to change up his
clicks
strategy,
downtown Riga.
being a little bit more careful.
Okay, we're going for Riga there.
Dropping it on Riga, but will it be dropped?
Somewhere that with no
on his
Geo
head?
Peter would
Blinky
definitely know.
is
He'd be able to tell you
him to
exactly where he
punish.
was right
He's
now.
going a little bit more
And Blinky is there, and that's it. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be over. Oh my God! He is holding on by the skin of his teeth. How? How is this still a thing? 46 points. MK still even throwing anything out as a guess here has got to be an amazing thing. Can MK get back some kind of miracle win here on this game?
Walk in, Launders. 4,000 points. If it goes to round 10,
deep breath.
He needs to put it away here. This is his best
Can
chance.
MK do this?
On the
What have we got?
He's instant sending.
We're now pretty much just looking on MK to try and save himself more than even just the game. I think we've kind of concluded that the championship is pretty much Blinky's, but we just want MK to just push it that little bit more.
That area. Which direction will he turn? Does he even want to go farther? So many questions at hand.
Can we see anything specific here for people?
He knows one small mistake, and that's it.
Yeah, he's got to be as accurate as he possibly can here. There's not a lot of things giving it away.
World Cup Championship.
He's going RGDS.
How are we feeling about that?
Area code.
Area code.
MK has the area code.
Oh, who studied more? That might be the question. Who's seen it before?
Blinky got the area code. Does he know the city's area code?
Oh,
how good are we on the area codes here? Do we know exactly where we are?
The city, he wins.
Turning that microscope.
How close, how much preparation have these two had? We know this is one that they're going to be prepared for. And MK's got something! MK has managed to push back there. We've taken a good chunk out of Blinky there. That is a far closer match up here in this round than I think we thought it was going to be. This game looked like it was done almost immediately, and this has actually been something that we're pushing back from MK here.
Any small mistake, any guess like
that is incredible play from MK.
Will be MK winning. If you believe, it is possible.
There's 10 rounds. Whoever has the most points after 10 rounds.
I realise I'm almost kind of going into an announcer way of talking here. It's probably because I'm watching this like straight on live. It's an actual, like when I react to things usually it's just a YouTube video. It's just some stupid clips. This is an active match that I've been waiting to watch. Like I waited, I put off until I was in front of my own computers at home. So for me, this is the UK. Yeah, this is immediately the UK, right?
Not the ideal way to end it, but it's possible for Blinky. It's urban. It's good. MK. Whew.
Whereabouts? What's giving anything here?
Again, they can
He's
start
insisting
moving.
him.
Is he going to lock it in right away?
Manchester.
No way.
Wow.
How can you pressure him in this position? Blinky knows that it's
That's
new
not a
game.
guarantee to be
He
Manchester
has
at all.
time to set up what could be a stylish finish to this match
looks-
on round 10.
He's going south. Who is it?
So I'm going to say I'm looking at it here. This, oh my God. I'm trying to guess here before before we get from either of them here. So one saying Manchester, one is saying, it looked like Blinky was saying sorry here. I'm going to say it actually looks like it's in between the two. To me, this looks like it's potentially the Midlands, but I'm not too sure. The houses do look more northern than I would expect them to. The only exceptions for that would be the very southwest and the Isle of Wight. Beyond that, let's see.
Going in the complete opposite part of the country. MK, fast get, but is it accurate?
Oh!
No,
It's over in Northern Islands!
MK came back.
Oh my God! And MK has got the round and he's got the game! Holy shit! That was not what I was expecting there at all. Hey, I'm from the UK. I fully thought that was in England. I did not see that being in Northern Ireland. That whole layout looked very much like it was probably north. I would have said the Midlands. I wouldn't have been able to pinpoint it exactly, which is obviously why they couldn't as well. But hell, that was not what I expected. I didn't expect it to be over in Northern Ireland there at all. And MK is actually getting a game back. Maybe this isn't quite as over as we thought it was. That is a hell of a pullback. And again, I know I'm getting into kind of an announcement mode, but this is because I'm invested in this. I've been watching the whole thing and I'm really taking in of what's going to happen here.
46 points.
That was an amazing comeback.
Against Blinky on move.
He was nearly
You
gone.
were wondering.
To take anything off of Blinky is amazing. To take it off of Blinky when you are that far down is goddamn awesome. That is a hell of a pushback by MK there.
Where's anyone's game?
Man, I'm the layman, right? I look at this drop, and I just think he's given up. It's fast. It's normal, like he is fast.
Yeah.
But versus Blinky and all of these guesses, he's been slowing it down a bit. I thought, he knows Blinky's going to take this game. He's sort of given up. But instead, Blinky is a little bit farther off. Yes, he's...
And I actually think that was a better guess anyway, because the
But
look
he
of the
sticks
houses
to his
did
strong
seem
suit,
like they were
and
more
that's
northern,
going
more
quick.
Midlands anyway.
Now we
Yes, it
go
was
on to
Northern
no
Ireland,
move.
but I think MK's guess in general for the architecture in the
360
UK would have been a better one.
Back, best of 5,
Whew!
3 wins.
And that's where if you're Blinky,
Okay.
you do blink. You know, you think about the fact that last time you played against
The fact that you just lost a game, I think, is enough to make Blinky blink here, because it's like, wait a minute,
He's so
somebody just
close
beat a
now.
game?
He's
Somebody took a game off of me? What the hell? This doesn't happen.
To gain.
MK can't do this. But we'll be
That was
round
a
one
hell
of
of a
no
game
move.
there.
All right.
Okay.
As if we didn't get what we paid
Okay,
for.
we've got some
already
Cyrillic again there in the
today.
background.
So many fabulous games to watch, but now this final at least goes
It looks
to a
like it's more
fourth match.
Ukraine-Russia, but I could be
Sure
completely
enough,
wrong, but
Russia
that's
is
Cyrillic on the
a
side,
very
right?
large country.
Yeah, and
Great
you know,
points.
we actually haven't seen it so far in this matchup, and MK just casually,
I like it.
you know, half a scroll, drops his
It's
pawn.
somewhere in this western pocket over here.
And-
One of these oblasts. He's going Kazan.
They seem to have the right idea. Don't be fooled. MK thinks. He just thinks very quickly. Blinky, who is more accurate. It
And
will be
again, we're
Blinky
back to
goes
Blinky
for
being
it.
that little more
Thinking
accurate.
about
That
lockout.
slow down, I think, can
this
be
situation.
so problematic. If you're the fast player,
It's a gut
unless
punch.
you're getting it dead on
Round two.
against somebody like Blinky, I think this is the problem. I actually think this is where a lot of players are falling down against Blinky as well. And hey, I know, MK just took around there, and MK has obviously shown himself. But the problem is in some of these guesses, if you're going so quick, when you're up against someone like Blinky, because he knows so much already, and you're giving him then a few seconds to just slow it down, because he now knows that you've guessed. He now knows that something's happening, and he can just chill out for a minute. He's got a timer. It actually seems to work against a lot of fast players here.
Okay.
Lock in.
We got some luscious fauna and flora happening in this location, and we saw a very on-brand guess from MK this last round. Quick and aggressive.
You give the upper advantage.
Nigeria.
Both players will get Nigeria driving right.
Right.
Green Hills.
It's kind of area. Was it Nigeria or Kenya? No, it was Nigeria. Sorry, it wasn't Kenya that took out Zigzag. It was Nigeria that took out Zigzag when he guessed Senegal. So always dangerous when you're around this area.
Zoomed in so haphazardly.
Oh,
Actually,
and
they're
Blinky
both a little bit
taking
off
it
in favor of
again.
Blinky.
This just slicing away at MK's
144
points.
of damage. Looking like death by 1,000.
And this is where the damage starts to really ramp up of how much it's going to take.
And if it makes a misstep as we climb in the rounds, he's going to have a broken rib. It's going to be very difficult.
Round 3.
towards the end of this game. The consistency is still there.
What?
Yeah,
Are you kidding
we
me?
thought
Keep
maybe it
going,
would have
my
made a
friends.
What the hell is
What
this?
is this?
Is this where corn comes from?
Wanders.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
there's nothing there.
Well, it's nice to know that for once we're equals.
I don't know what this is. Okay, let's talk through it though.
Okay. Well,
Don't know.
All right.
Trees look like they could be.
This
I-
country has trees.
Do you go? Okay, I don't want to make a bad guess here.
Did this geo tracker get lost by any chance? I don't see a road.
I've never seen a dirt road
I mean,
like this.
I mean, it's
actually put
complete.
the
I mean,
camera on a
I'm not gonna
tractor,
be.
didn't he?
You literally have
Sun
things like
is
this in
north.
England,
Does that
but
mean you go southern hemisphere? That means
Jesus.
It's Brazil?
Yeah, well, MK, he didn't lock it, but he did drop it
I like
outside
Brazil,
of
but where in
Brazil.
Brazil do you go here?
I haven't thought about
I
it.
mean,
But
I wish I could.
this has got to be messing with them right now and know where they are. And this can be so off because there's so little to go on. This could actually make the round.
They both obviously don't seem to know exactly where they are, and they're
Which is a rare time for either of them.
I don't know how they're gonna pull this off. It would be incredible.
This could be big points for
This
someone,
could be
Yeah,
incredible.
one of them is gonna
And
really
we'll see
ramp up in
because
this round.
we're
Is
here
that
on
going to be the
round three.
definer?
MK starts to change up his guess a bit.
Yes, Amazon.
and they are
Okay, where are they?
straight up,
Oh my
and
God! And MK is
Brazil
coming. What does that mean? Is that it?
Oh,
that is a massive chunk.
Powerful hit.
MK's.
A lot of that was luck. Some of it obviously was down to knowledge as well. There, knowing what country they're in. But dear God, that was a hell of a push there from MK.
If this goes to NMPZ, it's anyone's game. If MK pulls this off here,
Yeah.
it's anyone's. The reverse sweep.
Absolutely, that's what they're looking for. Game 5, MK, can he get stronger by the round?
That wind does seem to put some wind under his sails, but
He's got his playlist
still,
going.
Blinky
He's
is
trying
not
stay
to be
focused.
reckoned with in this.
Both players probably end up in Italy here.
Wow. Okay.
That looks like quite the Italian pulls and
Okay. But you know, I've
maybe
seen,
near Bari.
we've
I
seen
don't
some
know.
weird. We saw Philippines on Italy once. We have seen some weird things happening, and even within Italy, this enormous boot, there is a lot of room to make a mistake. So
He's
up our
hedging.
north,
He's water hedging.
He water
Oh.
hedged.
He's hedging Sicily, Sardinia.
now this
and
could be problematic if Blinky knows where he is. If he can make a
Both
true
players,
guess.
Almost
Wait,
a,
will both
a
players
ball
water hedge?
hedge? No way. Yeah.
No, he's on land.
So
Going
what's land?
Sicily.
Wait, he doesn't want to get on a boat. Blinky wants to stay on land. He wants to stay dry.
I think MK's just got that.
From that.
He's
Just something. Bit more inland there.
Wow.
That move
right
actually
there.
damaged Blinky.
Could he have committed? Yes.
MK's got that flotation device right now, man. He is in the zone here in game 4.
Again, though, in the zone, all it takes is one round, one bad guess,
That's a
one
weird
movement
looking
like we've
dog.
just seen.
Facts. Both players will get the dashed out outer lines here, driving the.
Oh my God, he's lacing up already. MK, he's lacing up already. He's already
He
zooming
knows
in.
where he is.
Senegal.
Oh,
This one I
both
feel
of them
like
seem
those
to.
players are gonna come through.
And this is what screwed Zigzag out from knowing where he was. My God, they're on top of each other.
They sit atop each other in this moment, looking at the ground, instantly going for the plunk, letting the
They
time
know-
remaining
they both
tick
know
down
that
as
they have
Blinky
seen this
wants
road
to make
before.
Doubly sure.
Wait.
And what?
Oh my
Blinky
God!
moved.
That move from Blinky has screwed him.
No way.
That was a hell of a bad move there from Blinky. It does seem like he did blink, and it has taken a big chunk of confidence from Blinky there. MK being able to move back at all. They were on top of each other. In fact, looking at it, I think the MK is just off to the right there, which means Blinky would have been actually dead under, probably at 4993 or something, just enough to take that round. But that's now taken a huge chunk from Blinky.
He's getting his confidence shaken. Blinky changed up last second.
Should not have
If we
changed
go to
up there.
NMPZ after the reverse sweep.
Oh my God.
This
MK's locked
could
in,
take
Blinky.
it down
No.
to the wire.
Round 6. What is it?
There's no, I mean, sitting in the green room before this game started, it's like, oh, this is a cool matchup. What the hell? Is that Despicable Me?
What on earth is this?
I don't know, bro.
I feel like I'm standing on my head right now. Come on.
This is a 3.5 damage. This
are they
can
gonna
do.
think of
This can
3.5
finish it
damage.
if one of them knows
Ignore it. That's what
dead
you think
on.
of it. It does not mean anything here.
Okay, but I saw Cyrillic. Up on the
Yep.
sign. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Cyrillic,
They both clue in.
where are
There's
we?
something here to work with.
This could be game.
Blinky's
Does he know
into another-
What? Does Blinky
Blinky's
know?
going straight in. Does he
Design
know
here
this or is he
for
guessing
Blinky
this? Where
as he
are we?
comes down.
They're both on it.
They're really close together.
Oh, and
Really close
Blinky
together,
is
but Blinky
keeping
needed
himself
to be
alive
closer.
here. He knew that just a little bit better.
18. Woo. They just want to amp up the damage and amp up the atmosphere.
They're trying to give us heart attacks is what they're
The
doing.
ante's high.
And he's so high.
Oh,
Just keep it going.
I can't believe MK has made even this kind of recovery so far.
The fact that he came back from a
Just
46
playing
down to
his
basically
last
full health
match.
against Blinky in that last game
Quadruple
is
damage.
insane.
We're on a dirt road.
Even a 200-point discrepancy
What
could
are
be
we
the
doing
end
here?
here for
Copyright,
Blinky.
2024 copyright. Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah,
For
somewhere
sure
in Europe.
but we must go more northern, right? We must be going more northern.
Yeah, those trees suggest more northern, but where?
Sure,
Potentially
trees are getting
Poland,
taller. It looks
not
like this
fully
place could
northern,
have a cold
maybe
winter. That's how I
Poland
feel,
up into
but
Estonia, somewhere like that, but beyond that, I don't know where this could be.
that's the scariest moment.
Poland.
And there it is.
Are these trees Polish?
Yeah. Oh, do we
what I was-
get
that's
Polish
what I
balls
would've said.
sometimes. We have Polish trees here for MK. He's going to the top of it as well. This is no hedge. This guy full commits every single
This is
round,
why
and
this. Hey,
sometimes that means
this is what I was
there's a way
guessing.
back
It's
in
where
for
I
his
would have
opponent.
gone.
Blinky,
but
can you make a
I don't know whether I'm right.
punish?
Nearer to
MK 's
Gdansk,
right.
it's not
10
a
seconds
bad guess.
remaining. Blinky,
Gdansk does have that kind of surroundings, whether it's dead on, I don't know.
He's right there with them.
And he's right there with them. And he's only getting nearer.
Oh, and
And
MK, is that it? Is
a
that
little
finished
bit
it?
closer.
That has
Wait
done the
a
round.
second.
Yes. No.
524.
Oh, he is still surviving there.
my
And
gosh.
that was, it was a little bit further over.
Oh.
Was that Belarus, actually? On the border, Poland,
There's
Belarus.
so much blood.
I mean, I like to think of the fact that I actually got the goddamn country. Just the fact that I got the country there, it was nice to be able to guess before both of them, but obviously they were looking for a lot more markers. The trees did give it away that it was a bit towards the north in when we're looking at Europe, but beyond that, it was just all feeling, baby.
In my head right now. And Blinky is bleeding out. 300
But Blinky has
health
the
left
advantage, so
over.
this will just take it back to a dead heat and make it all into one game. One game takes the match. Is that what you want to push for?
Good guess.
Round
Right.
8. What do we have, Launders?
Let's run it.
Oh. My.
Okay. Oh my god. This is... Oh, hell. I was just trying to get a thought about a guessing beforehand, but actually, I don't know if I know it. I'm now in my head being thrown towards South America, but honestly, until they start moving, I don't know.
My God.
Is this Middle Earth?
No. 4.5x damage. Blinky
This
has
could
the advantage.
this could be a big one if somebody knows
India.
this. Oh
Eastern
god,
India.
Oh my god.
they seem to both know it
They
immediately.
both,
They're- it's-
And
it's
I'm in
northern
completely the wrong
India
place there.
mountains here.
tell me how
Absolutely
they
the
both
wrong
see
place.
this. So I got MK looking at the...
This is new coverage too.
Obviously, I wasn't
coverage
looking in the
is
sky, I wasn't
confirmed.
checking where I was or anything like that kind of stuff. Just going off of pure looking at one picture, but
And he'll
Jesus.
drop it and just be content.
I would not be
Blinky,
going anywhere
close
near
enough.
where these
Every
guys are.
guess,
I would
Blinky,
certainly
it's
not
gotta
do
be
that.
right
Is
on
it close
money.
enough? Will he move more south?
If it's not perfect, it's not good enough. And good
Unfortunately,
enough
this has
isn't.
kind
Be
of done
careful,
Blinky in
Blinky.
twice
What have you
already
got
before
for us?
when that last move.
Oh!
And Blinky has taken that.
Careful, Blinky. Is
That
any
little bit
amount
of
damage
movement,
that
Blinky
matters?
has
Oh,
been let
1K
down by that twice
coming out
before,
of
but he's
round
doing
eight.
it well here.
But you know what, man? Blinky is not going to win this having more HP left over. He's got to clear the board of MK right now.
Yes.
Every round we move forward, a 4.5x multiplier.
This is...
Round.
I think we can all kind of say this is not where we expected to be, with 2-1 up from Blinky. And MK being in a dominant position in this round, in this game, is not where we expected. It was so dominant from Blinky at the beginning, so dominant that it's just impressive to even see MK getting back to anything this match.
You are
9.
living a fragile existence
He
at the
needs
moment.
a hard country, big points.
Okay, big
He
country,
needs something here.
big coins. Let's see the seed.
Round 9 is
Whoa.
dirt road with the city overlooking.
A city overlooking this. This is, well, this is vast. Does that feel
We
like?
have
It
a
is
slight
vast.
white
Doesn't
car
know
visible
what
in the back
country
of
it
the Google Street View. Maybe that indicates Chile.
Talking about here, Chile. You know, do we have to look for high mountain peaks in the distance to be comfortable with that, or is that
How high is that though? Chile is full of a lot of
They're
high
driving
peaks.
right on that road.
All that kind of part of the world has much higher peaks,
Looking up
so
top for some
a high
clues.
peak isn't
This one
necessarily
feels
where the
like
place you
your
want to go because
opponent
it's
might
going to be
get some
higher nearby.
information that you can't see, but everything is blurry at this distance.
Blinky seems to be going into it a little bit quicker.
No maps have been opened just yet. Blinky 317, MK 3700 HP to work with.
All it takes
But
is
on
a
round
slightly
9, any round could be the
misplaced
last.
arrow here. Misplaced pin.
We know about the drastic differences in guesses when it comes to South America. There is a massive opportunity here at
Does
him.
MK even know where he is?
You
Yes.
asked for a big country.
MK
to get
immediately
big
then
points,
getting on it.
And
Who is
maybe it could be this round.
Lock
Blinky
in.
and MK
Is this gonna do it?
settle
What have
on
we
their
got? Where are we?
locations Far enough apart that this should determine the victor. If it is,
It's Blinky.
Oh, Blinky. How much can he do?
What's he taking off here?
36.
Oh my God! He's down to 66.
66 health for MK.
And this is why you cannot, you just can't
66 health for MK.
think that Blinky is going to lay down for this.
Follow another round with
You
60
cannot
health.
write Blinky off.
And Blinky
He was
has
so
to
far
do
down.
it
He
in the
was
face, knowing
almost
that he's not
out of
dead.
it here. And then he
don't
has
think he can stand anymore.
completely turned it around.
Round 10, this is it. Someone
No matter
wins,
what,
wins, and
it's
we go
going to take off.
NPC.
Unless they're both on the marker, this is the round that does it. It's either going to take it to
Is-
2-all, or Blinky is going back to Paris with the World
the hell?
Championship, with the World Cup.
Flooded world.
What the hell is this?
It comes down to this.
The world's smallest waterfall?
It's either Mexico,
Can you tell me if there's any chance this in Brazil?
yes, but probably not. I don't think. Maybe.
Extremely mountainous.
Probably just
trees,
Mexico
like-
here. We have the antenna on the car. That's what we found in Mexico, Brazil,
wow.
Polo, and Ecuador. That looks like a Mexican pole back there in the distance, western.
Man, you can throw it. These guys could get blown over
This
by
is it for someone. They're
another
both going in the
wave.
same area.
He instantly lost
Both
his last
going
name.
in.
Who is it? Fast that it worked out for him.
Somewhere in
Oh,
between.
who
What are we
is
getting
it?
for?
I don't know. I can't
Blinky
tell
is
you.
still using the time that he's
Plus
got to
left
get,
speak for themselves.
trying to get
Blinky,
closer.
He is going to place it
Oh.
in a similar region, but surely this is where it all gets decided. They cannot survive.
What have we
Although,
got?
this-
Oh, MK is on the marker, and that is it. We're going into the final. It is 2-all. This was not expected.
You cannot
Pulled
fight.
off the reverse
This
sweep.
was nothing that we expected. When we went into this match, when we were looking at the first opening parts of this, I don't think anyone had thought that MK could get anywhere close. Now we have a chance that MK could actually take this championship. This is not what anyone expected. There was such a dominant performance from not just from now, but through the entire tournament. Hey, and I was saying the same at the beginning. I was saying I didn't think MK was the right person to be able to beat Blinky. I didn't think he'd been as impressive as Blinky had, and I was writing off MK from what I had seen so far. And hell, am I wrong? Because Jesus, that takes a lot of self-confidence and a lot of determination and resilience to be able to get to this point where he actually is within a hair's breadth of taking the World Cup.
Woo!
We counted him out.
60 HP twice.
We all of us counted
He
MK
said,
out.
don't call it a comeback. He said, I'm so cooked. He said, I hope I get a break. Everybody's got their head
And
in
you
their
can
hands.
see
Nobody can
everyone
believe what
there
the hell we're watching all together.
Is just wondering what the hell happened. I so wanted to be there.
I don't know, bro.
Next year, I will be there. I am going to be.
I
I'm
said
going to
when
make
I
sure I
said
get
come
it
to Stockholm
in
City
early
Hall
for the
that I was
tickets, and
gonna
I'll
try
get
not to
myself
swear.
over to the World Championship.
And I was told
over
by
to
a
the World
speech
Cup.
in my face, this isn't a church. So let the emotions flow. I'm still not going to. But I just want to say, if there was ever a game to bring
No
out that
moving
level of
or looking
emotion,
around.
it's going to be this one.
Dude, I
Whew.
don't know what to say.
Down to the
I-
wire now.
This, from what we've seen today, this
And
is
MPZ.
anyone's game.
Anyone
Wonders.
game. No, we've seen how hard an MPZ has been so far, but who better than the king of being comfortable in an MPZ and MK, and Blinky, who doesn't seem to have a fault.
No, I mean Blinky's
Deep
just.
breaths. Is everyone ready?
I'm ready. Let's run it.
What do you
Round
do?
1 in MPZ starts.
Well, you do what
Now,
MK's been doing,
this
obviously.
is all we get.
Oh my God, we got it. You're a very lucky crowd. We've got it. Game 5, NMPZ, MK versus Blinky. Let's run it.
What is this, by the way? Let's look. I think this pole, we have car blur and somewhat of a pole. I don't know what that pole is. Is it? I don't want to make. Is it?
Oh, we're
wait,
getting a statement. They're both going in
Mexico.
for
They're
Mexico.
going in,
the
they're going
exact
quick.
same time.
That's not Mexico pole, is it?
Uh-oh. Did Trevor just notice something that we...
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, no, maybe there's another clue on the map. We're looking at a Oaxaca
Seems to be where they're
drop
both
here
looking.
for Blinky, MK sitting just nearby him. Still decently far away, of course. Oh, my God.
Oh, they were nowhere near. And this is something that is so insane to see sometimes when people at this level just get so far off. It makes you feel a little bit better about your own game, but it does show how quickly and how easily you can just be wiped out. We saw it with the zigzag with the Senegal guess against Nigeria when he looked like he was going to be taking the whole match there in the opening rounds of Group 2. And we're seeing it again here, but luckily for both of them, they both made the same mistake.
2 GeoGuessr pros go Mexico on Ghana.
Blinky seems to be really confused.
That's content.
MK's just kind of gone, okay. Blinky does not seem happy about that one.
Round 2. Oh my God.
Okay.
No way, we got some monks.
We've got a Shaolin monk, by the looks of it, would potentially put them in a very specific area of China, but probably not. I don't know.
Does that help you in any way? And the fact that
you probably go north, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh wait, Thailand?
Yeah.
Wait, northern Thailand.
Monk.
You would go up where Blinky is? Would you go
I like it,
higher
but
there?
you never
Although if you
know
mess
in
around with it a lot,
So
we've also got Shaolin monk in Germany. And that is MK again.
And they're pretty much splitting the difference here. 400 health points, though. That's actually not small for a second round. It could definitely be lower than that as the multiplier climbs.
See, again, I would have just thought China.
You have it right.
And this is the thing, I haven't got time to think about it myself because I'm not playing the game properly. I'm just observing. On top of the fact that they are doing this in front of a stage, being able to do this under these conditions is incredible.
Round 3 in MPZ. Let's start.
Whoa, mountains in the
What
distance.
is
We are
this, bro?
getting some locations now.
What am I looking at? Looks like South America, maybe? No, I don't like that.
A lot of these spots, we're not getting any road lines, so
This
we're
map
relying
is so
on-
hard.
Yeah, so
For those watching, not every location is equal. Blinky is
Hell no.
confused.
we're not getting any road lines. We're just looking off into the distance, seeing the mountains. Of course, they can sometimes, you can get the hemisphere,
See
you
this,
can get the general region, but still there's...
I don't know. I almost wanted to go Malay, and then I wanted to go.
I'd have said
Peru, and then I
Bolivia
wanted to
potentially,
keep,
but that's about all I'd
Honestly,
think.
the ZMPZ folks
Because
are
I
spinning
can't
around
think of
in
it
this
else. They're
position.
going two completely different areas
Oh my
here.
God.
Where's Blinky?
I'm looking at just at those mountains, and all I can think is Bolivia. That's the only thing I can think of. Beyond that, I would have originally maybe said Africa, but I don't know.
He's hedging. He's hedging.
Punished.
He's hedging like 4 countries.
No, he is literally...
What is
He's in
Blinky
the
going
right.
for?
Blinky's Asia. Blinky's South America. Where is it?
Last time he had the flotation device. This time, will it kick in? Blinky.
Who's right?
They're so far apart. If one person is right...
What? This is going to be it. This is going to be the decider. He's going for Ecuador.
Oh!
Oh, it was Peru! It was Peru that has taken a huge chunk. What I'm going to say right there is that I was in the right continent. I said Bolivia. It was actually Peru. I am not a million miles away there. Hey, landscape only, baby. It seems to be my bread and butter for that, but Jesus. What seemed to be the big thing for me, at least, looking there, was those mountains. Those mountains just seemed right for that area, but...
just picking the right continent.
How do you go through on that? That's insane.
That is so ridiculous. Ecuador wins points for Blinky when it's Peru.
Round 4. Let's keep it going.
On
this map, though, 1 point equals as many points as you need.
No, I'm not holding my breath at all.
This is just, it's just getting harder and harder now. The further we get into it.
And we've got, can I say Brazilian dirt?
I think you might be close.
Oh.
I think it's either. Let's talk through this.
Okay.
2.5x damage.
I'm kind of doing my own voice in here, as you can tell.
Argentine Panhandle.
Go to Argentina.
They're both locked in immediately there.
Place that exactly you
Blinky's
just
right there.
mentioned.
Blinky got there.
Blinky zooms in on the map, and yeah, you can basically see their faces with how close they're in. The lock-in isn't there just for Blinky. He likes to let the time run out sometimes, but generally he's going to...
And MK's got it. MK's got that, but not by a massive amount, but he's got it. That's enough to take some points.
Being 133 points.
This is one of the best GeoGuessr games I've ever seen.
I mean, I can't even...
The back and forth here, the fact that we've ended up at this point is... this. I don't think we could have asked for a better final here.
5.
Looking for the reverse sweep.
This is an incredible final. This could have been a complete wash through.
Last 2 games and making the comeback or denying the comeback himself.
This is a more easy round on NMPZ for both players. The country is obvious in Turkey. We have white Gen 4 Turkish pavement and Turkish bollards.
Oh my
Where
God.
they're going to be going.
Does Blinky know this mountain?
Someone check on GeoLotris.
Does Blinky know the mountain?
They appear to be going near to...
Oh my God, that's super quick.
Blinky was looking nearer to Bodrum. He's going to move a bit further over. They are just in between.
Blinky sitting right near him, but it's a massive...
They're just looking at how far away they are from that mountain. They're trying to dial in their perspectives here. Oh, and it's just Blinky by a scrape of the knee. They are much further up. They were on the wrong mountain there.
Round 6, and we're climbing. We've got a potential of 4 rounds max now after this.
This is an incredible
is
final.
it,
I don't
round
think we
six.
expected
What
this
do we
final.
have? Let's
And
stick together.
honestly, this has
Round
actually
six.
turned out
Reveal
better
it.
for everyone. And no matter who you're a fan of, I
okay.
think this is incredible if Blinky
Is
now
this
shows
Russia?
his mettle and
Russia.
pushes
It's
through.
Russia.
If MK comes
think-
back
oh
and
my
wins
God,
the whole
Russia
thing
and
from being
MKC,
2-0
we
down,
got
it'll be
everywhere
an
that
amazing
you could be.
story
We
as well.
saw a rural part of the map, just be
I don't think we
outside
could have got a
of
better
Moscow.
final
We've
here.
seen
I don't
Guesses
see how we could.
way in the east,
We
and
could have
this
argued
time
that a
they
Blinky
cannot spin
washout
around.
would have been a great
MK,
final to show his dominance,
is this
but
what he
actually
was built
this
to do?
seems to be so much better.
I like it.
It's basically touching Japan here. Near Sapporo, he's so far east.
It's Russia.
It's Russia.
Blinky doesn't know.
Blinky doesn't know.
But he could be wrong.
He hasn't opened the map just yet. MK.
Blinky is going completely.
Is that game?
Oh my god.
Oh
MK.
my God.
He only has 250 points of damage.
Oh my God.
That was the chance
That was
of a
so
lifetime.
close in
The
between.
round where it could have
That could have
all
been
ended in
so
favor of
good
MK
if,
to
oh
bring
my
back.
God, if just
He
one
was
of
in the
them
right country,
had
but
known
the
that,
country
had
was so
mentioned,
big.
had seen
It
it.
looks exactly where the
Jesus.
Orlando and Zigzag game, where Orlando went.
Oh my God. Wow, that netted him nothing. And that's his commitment play style. Even though he could have hedged in this position and gone somewhere in the middle of Russia. Oh, he always stands on
It's a
business.
beautiful
That's what
road. But
MK
anything
does.
else. This one
And
coming
now
up,
what have we got?
absolutely beautiful.
I mean, this looks like 4K UHD coverage.
I think it's Bulgaria. Launders, I don't know. I'm tired of trying to make
Don't make
call-outs
me
there.
scream.
Okay, we have MK going
Oh,
Bulgaria.
instant. Oh man, he doesn't care, man.
Does Blinky go
This guy
Bulgaria?
took
Surely
off
does.
the gold.
It
to
does.
throw
I mean,
him down.
yeah, there's
He's running around
definitely.
the octagon, shaking his shoulders. He's ready.
It does
for
feel
a
right,
belt.
but
Blinky
whereabouts are they on
up
that
close
map?
once
Where are they
again.
pushing
MK
in?
needs to hold on every
I
point of
don't
belt
think
that
that's
he
Costa
can.
Sophia,
And
and
this time, it
MK
looks
is
like
taking that
he
round
might.
again. How much? What's the damage?
232
Not
back.
enough to do anything
Launders.
big here. He's still
We have
down on this round.
left.
3 rounds left.
We will have a world champion in 3 rounds.
No matter what, Blinky has lost these last 2 games, but now he has the lead.
Round 8.
He just needs that finishing blow.
What do we have on round 8? Okay.
We have some eyes.
Oh.
The goddamn buildings are watching them now.
US?
Or Canada.
When you look at a
Probably.
Should we
GeoGuessr
be
map
in
and it looks
Kansas?
back at
No.
you.
Could we be in
Lock in.
Trevor's hometown? Yeah, we're
Oh, he
locked
just changed
in.
his
We're
Spotify
getting
playlist.
focused, yeah.
North. Blinky. Where will you go?
Wait a second. Oh, he's going
Pennsylvania.
up Penn State here.
Pennsylvania.
It's very fast. Outside.
He's going downtown
outside
Pittsburgh. That's where he's from.
Oh my
That's
God,
where
does
he's
he
from.
know this for
He
sure
may-
then?
he may have wrote a
Has he got
front row
inside
to
knowledge that he
MK.
literally knows it?
all
It's
too
where he's
familiar.
from.
He's getting deja vu against the French player Blinky.
This could
Is he
be
close
hell.
enough? You gotta believe that he's accurate.
Oh my God!
By Philly.
And again, I don't think there's enough to do anything. I'd have
Oh, but it
expected
still
maybe a little bit closer.
notice.
He was just going, you know what? That looks familiar to me. Jesus.
Imagine if MK got a Pittsburgh guess.
That would be amazing if you get your own
and
hometown.
crushed it.
I don't.
Which I think probably a lot more likely for
No,
Blinky
no,
at some
absolutely, we're
circumstances
not
because
ready for
Paris
that.
has a lot
Okay.
of coverage.
All right, folks.
Oh, no!
Yes. And well, we damn near got the MK seed. Did we get the Blinky?
Or is it bait?
Or is it?
This, this could be, wow.
But would they fall for it? Instantly. Blinky.
Wait, he knows.
He smells this.
No, they
Are
give
you
him-
serious? No.
Does
that
he
is
know
a
this town?
small rural town.
Does he know
He's
it?
counting the flags.
Does
from
the
the
Has he
last
been
time
this?
he
Was this
saw
a
it.
trip?
He was there.
MK's far.
MK's
If Blinky
very,
knows it, he
very
wins.
far.
What have we
If
got?
Blinky knows it, he wins. MK could be the exact same position in a foreign country where he's not.
Oh!
Blinky knows it.
And Blinky, that's got to be it. That's got to be the title now. Yes, that is it. That is Blinky's. Dear gods. To finish off, to win the final on that. You've just managed to fight back and then, hey, tell you what, we're going to give you your country to guess to take the championship. That is one hell of a match. Okay, so I have calmed down a little bit from just seeing that, but oh my God, that could not have been a better final. And to have that finish to the final, where it was literally MK had it in his home country to take the win, and then straight afterwards, Blinky had the same, and Blinky just knew his a little bit better. And that's the problem. If you know your own country and you know everybody else's, you're just going to zone in too easily and taking that win. That was incredible. The fact that MK came anywhere near, the fact that he could fight back to make that a 2-2, to make that go to the 5th and final game to take the match was incredible. I think a lot of props need to go to MK there. From watching the tournament all the way through, I never thought MK had a chance there. I honestly, and then when Blinky was so dominant in that early part of that match, Jesus, I did not expect MK to do that. Coming back from 46 points to take that one game that kept him in it, and then to take the next was absolutely incredible. But what a way to take the final match, knowing the exact town pretty much. I think it was just over the border, but knowing where you are, knowing that layout, understanding where you are. Oh, what a way to take that match from Blinky. But I think the one thing we can say is that was very much deserved. I think MK damaged Blinky in points there more than anybody else in the entire tournament, pretty much put together. So MK was definitely in the end there the right person to be his opponent in the final, but Blinky absolutely deserved that championship. The question is anybody going to be able to take that on next year? Because right now it doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to take anything from Blinky unless Blinky looks away and blinks. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I know I turned very announcery when I was doing it. It's because it was so intense. I was getting into the match as I watched it, because this is something I've been looking forward to. I've been putting off to see the final. It wasn't just a YouTube video that I was reacting to, so a little bit more involved today. But I hope you've enjoyed that. And we'll be back to normal service next week, and I'll have another random game, probably the London 2012, to finish off next Friday. But I hope you've enjoyed this week. I hope you've enjoyed my reacts to this, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks, everyone.